Hello, YouTube subscribers. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm adding this intro in because somehow in the editing process, I was like, I didn't say hi to you guys in the beginning of my video. So, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. Hope everyone's doing great. The sun is shining. It is stupid hiccups. It's beautiful outside. It's Mike's last day off. He is working tomorrow and then he's off on Saturday because we're going to my cousin Sarah's wedding. I told you guys my last vlog. I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm getting better at it. It usually starts a day or two before I go, and then like the night before I go, it's all I can think about. And I overthink when I go out places. I overthink things like what conversation am I going to say to these people? Like they're my family, but I'm like, what do I say? I'm going to be nervous. Just making small talk, having conversations is really hard for me. But I talk all the time. You guys know that. But like face to face is a whole nother ballgame. When I'm talking in real time to an individual. I hope that makes sense. So I'm nervous and I'm just like scared and nervous at the same time. And I was like, Shelly, you're gonna be fine. You are going to do fine. It's gonna be fantastic. And if all else fails, there's a bar. Get yourself a glass of wine and have a great time. You're gonna be great. I have all these dresses that I bought over the years from Torrid. I told you guys I have an addiction to Torrid clothes because they are fun and for my age range. Because I think the issue with gaining all this weight, right? Being a larger person, there's just not attractive clothes for large people. Like, I don't mind the florals, but I just like I don't want to look like an old lady. And again, I'm not making fun of old people. I just in when I was in my late 20s is when I started gaining significant amount of weight. My weight gain had started when my dad got into that motorcycle accident because I had to deal with my aunt and all the trauma that dealt with that. Just seeing my dad in the hospital, like he had TBI, he had a shattered pelvis, he had a broken fibula, like he had broken all the fibulas, all the ibulas were broken. He had brain shearing. I can't even think of what it's called right now, but literally, when he flew off his motorcycle, his brain had slammed from the front to his skull to the back of his skull, and little tears of the neurons. There were shearing of the brain, of the neurons in the brain that were irreversible. That damage was permanent. So if my dad stayed alive, he ultimately died from sepsis, from an infection in his bloodstream, from being in the hospital. Mike says that a lot of people end up getting sepsis in the hospital due to prolonged visits there. And a lot of the times we had to like suit up, like we had to have like the gown and the gloves and stuff when we went near him because we didn't want to give our germs to him because he was susceptible to infections and stuff. The trach, he had a trach, he had an intubation tube for the longest time, and then they switched to the trach because I guess Mike was in paramedic school during this time, so and him being an EMT for 15 plus years, he had a lot of knowledge of like they don't do the intubation for long periods of time. If you're going to be not able to breathe on your own, that's when they switch to the trach where they cut the hole in the throat. So he had gotten that. And, that's hard. You got to keep it clean. Mike taught me how to like suction it out. I know it sounds gross, secretions and stuff. And so the nurses and doctors were really nice letting Mike and I be hands on with my dad's care. Mike is licensed to do some of these tasks. And so they let Mike and I help a lot. But that just in itself was traumatic. And he had the night of his accident, he had this what do you call it? It was this like monitor that was like screwed into his brain. It looked like a big metal thing poking out of his head, and it just looked scary. It was a scary time. So I got a lot of trauma during that time for, and it's my dad. So I'm already having a lot of trauma of death in my family. And then my dad went and was the first parent that I had lost, and that's very traumatic. So I went through a spout of depression, very, very bad depression, on phentermine, very depressed, eating a lot. When you have somebody who ends up inheriting a large sum of money, uh, the misappropriation is something separate. I was the sole inheritor to a life insurance policy, a 401k. And when you get access to that large of money, and you're going through depression, it would be like somebody that's doing drugs and spends it on drugs. I spent it on food. That's an addiction. That's, I was self soothing, self medicating, alcohol. Like, it was a very dark time in my life. Mike and I were fighting a lot. 2018, it was a really, really rough time in my life. And I've been open and honest on my channel about it. So I gained all this weight. So, long winded way of saying, after I started gaining weight, all the clothes were ugly. All the fucking clothes were ugly, man. And so I found Torrid. I got a credit card in Mike's name for Torrid, and I just started spending like crazy on clothes. And so I have this entire closet, like in my upstairs on my side of the closet. Mike has this little section. I have this of the closet, and because Mike doesn't have a lot of hang up clothes, it's just his work uniforms that get hung up. So anyway, I have all these dresses and stuff, right? And they have tags on them still. So Mike is going to get everyone new clothes. And I was like, I don't need new clothes. I was like, let me see all these 60, 70, $80 dresses that I bought from Torrid over the years that I thought, well, if I go to a place, I get invited somewhere, I'll wear these. Mike takes me out to dinner, I'll wear this. And my anxiety got really, really bad after that. My, anxiety was through the roof after my dad died. And then I just sheltered in place. I didn't want to leave. I was like, my dad is dead. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go nowhere. And it got really, 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 really bad. I had struggled when the kids were toddlers with spouts of anxiety, and sometimes it would be 2 and 3 months I didn't want to leave the house. I pushed myself. We went to pumpkin patches and parades, and we went swimming, and we went to all these, the beaches and all these places, but I would have severe, severe anxiety. That's what you should do as a parent. So I got really, really, really bad after my dad died. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to see no one. And I bought these dresses thinking maybe this would encourage me to go places, to go see people, to go hang out with my friends. I was always invited. Even after I had kids, all my friends invited me, and I'd say, oh no, Mike has to work. Mike would be off of work, and I would still lie to my friends and say, no, sorry, can't go out today. Mike is working. And I would make excuses because I was embarrassed to tell my friends I have anxiety, guys, because I didn't think people would believe me, and I didn't think people would understand me. And I thought I was a freak. So I would just lie and say Mike is at work. And so the longer that I did that, then the more weirder I got and the less likely I ever wanted to go hang out with them. And then it got to be years and years. So I got all these dresses thinking maybe this will encourage me. Maybe this will push me to go out places. So yesterday I was going through my dresses and I saw this really pretty red one. And I'll show you up on the screen here. I'll show you the first picture is the back part of the dress. It's got a little button. It's kind of got like a lace top part. And then the other picture is the front part of the dress. So I'm going to try it on today. We're going to go to the store on Saturday morning before the wedding to get new clothes. But I want to try this dress out first. But I had picked it I don't know, like 8 o'clock last night. And I'm like, I'm not trying to dress on it right now. I'd gotten out of the shower and I was like, I went right into my jammies. I'm not trying on this dress. So I'll try it on tomorrow. So sometime today I'll try it on. But I thought it would be pretty, and I have heels, but I'm not trained in heels because I haven't worn heels in a really long time. I have a lot of different high heels and stuff, but I have these white pair of flip-flops. Very nice, like not hardly worn, that I'm going to put on. And I like asked my daughter, I was like, do you think this is going to look like cheesy, like a dress? It's not an evening gown. It's just like a little sundress, with a little lacy top. It's not a ball gown. So I was like, do you think that this would be cash? Super cash, because my cousin's wedding is like casual. Like, you don't have to wear a suit and tie. I'm sure there's people that are going to be like that. But I was like, do you think that just a nice, really, really nice pair of white flip-flops will do? Because it's hot, it's the summer. The wedding reception is at a church, and the wedding ceremony is at a church, and then the reception is at a bingo hall. We're not talking like, a big, like, ball room or something. I love it. It's very, like, it's a perfect, when Sarah was here talking to Graham was giving her decoration suggestions and stuff. And so that is very, family oriented. Like, that's my family, a bingo hall. Mike and I got married at the courthouse. My dad was working, so he couldn't make it, but it was my mom, Mike's mom, my grandmother, Mike's grandmother, and we had 2 kids at that time. We got married 3/6/12, March the 6th, 2012. We got our marriage license, I think, the end of February, and you have to wait like 3 days before you can get married or something. I don't know. I don't know the logistics on why. I don't know if it's in case you change your mind. I don't know. But by that time, it would have been March the 3rd. And that's the day my brother died, March the 3rd, 2011. So I waited a year after my brother died to get married. And then Mike and I purposely waited a few days after the 3rd of March because I didn't want to get married on the day that my brother died. Not only because I want to be happy on my wedding day, but I also don't think it's fair for my family to have to suck it up and smile. If they're sad, let them be sad. So I didn't want to take that day because it's a day of mourning to celebrate every year the day my brother died, but the day that I got married. So we got married on the 6th of March. And it was just a cheap courthouse wedding. Our wedding rings cost like $35. It was funny because I was just telling my kids this. I have friends who have been divorced like twice already since I've been married. And they've had nice weddings, big weddings, thousands and thousands of dollars, professional pictures. Mike and I got married at a courthouse, 2 kids already. And then my mom took us out to the diner, like the Double T Diner, very Baltimore-esque, for the reception. And then my mom watched our children. Mike was working as an EMT, but then as a side job, he was working as a certified tax preparer for the state of Maryland at Liberty Tax, where his mom was a tax preparer. And so his mom was his boss and gave him the night off because that was our wedding night. And my mom watched our 2 children, and we got a couple drinks, I think. I can't remember what we drank. Just a couple drinks. Rum chata. I think rum chata was one of the things. A bottle of rum chata and some Mike's Hard Lemonade. It's a really gross ass combination. And then we tattooed each other's name on each other's body because he had a tattoo kit. We got drunk and tattooed each other. And on his arm, I believe it's his right arm, it says Shelly and my handwriting. And then on my leg, it says Mike with a huge ass heart that's red with our wedding date underneath it. It does not look professional. I have 2 tattoos. On my one leg, I have Rest in Peace Jordan with his birth and death date that I got done at a place called Sins of the Skin. And my brother's friend was the manager at the time. And then my other leg, I have Mike's name with a heart and our wedding date. And Mike has tons of tattoos. I mean, he's got I am disturbed written on his back. That should tell you something. He's got I am disturbed in Italian written on his back under his neck. He's got like a pack of cigarettes, like Marlboro cigarettes for his dad. I guess that was his dad smoked those cigarettes. And he's got like the scorpion with his EMS sign. And then he's got a skull. You know how the skull and crossbones? Well, he's got a skull, but the crossbones are a paintbrush and a pencil because he graduated from Tabsco being like an artist, like an art kid for their art program. And then he's got 16 in dice for his 16th birthday. He got 2 little dice that have 1 and the 6 dots, for the number 16. He's got so many tattoos. I don't have that many tattoos. Anyway, side conversation. But yeah, our wedding was a very cheap wedding, and we're still married. We're still married because we're both psychotic. I don't think anyone else would want to marry us. I always say, I was like, if we get divorced, we're shit out of luck because ain't nobody gonna put up with our shit. Everyone on YouTube used to say, how does Mike put up with her shit? Well, how do you think I put up with Mike's shit? Mike puts up with my shit just as much as I put up with his shit, We were literally made for each other. I don't think anyone would put up with our shits but each other. But we love each other. Anyway, side note. I'm excited. I'm going to try this red dress on. We're going to have fun. We're going to see the fam bams, the little fansies. And I'll try to take some photographs if I can. I'll ask my cousin at the wedding, like, hey, like, can I put a couple clips in? We'll see. So that's what I'm doing Saturday. Today's just going to be a chill day. I want to do some YouTube shorts. I woke up this morning, company reached out to me on TikTok and said, hey, we want to send you a free product in exchange for a video. And I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting my whole life for. Companies are reaching out to me. My crazy ass. So on TikTok, I think it's a toilet bowl cleaner. And I was like, I wonder if they watched my video of me scrubbing my stove. I'm starting to do those videos to kind of cater. For one, I think people like that it's like it's an aesthetic. Sometimes my stove gets dirty really quickly, especially if like because I have a large family. I'm making eggs in the morning, pancakes, and then in the afternoon I'm making, hamburgers, and then at night I'm making spaghetti, and sometimes I just don't get a chance to wipe the stove down in between every meal. But I get it done, within a day or so. It happens. Don't you dare tell me that you've never let a little house chore go for a day or two. I'm not anally scrubbing every nook and cranny. I do have my deep clean days. And I was like, people would like that aesthetic. I've seen all that shit on the stove and then fast mode of me cleaning it, right? So I'm starting to do that. And then I figured cleaning companies will reach out to me, fucking Mr. Clean Company, whatever. Give me like a Swiffer, something, and review the products. I'm also, a mom. So I was like, products for teens, laundry detergent, anything like that. So I try to do videos in between my normal funny skits of doing day to day household chores. Not because I think I'm better than everyone. Everyone cleans their stove. I do that for companies. I'm doing that to get found, to get seen. So people go, oh, she does cleaning videos. Let me reach out to her. We'll give her a bottle of our cleaning solution and she can make a video for us. And then I'm getting commission off of all the toilet bowl bottles that I'm selling, the toilet bowl cleaner bottles. So I'm going to do that. And I requested the free product, and it should be shipped in a few days. And so if you happen to see, I might just do it on TikTok. I'll try to do it on YouTube. But if you see me scrubbing my toilet, it's a specific reason because the company is going to give me a free bottle of toilet bowl cleaner, and I want to do a review for them. So that was fun to wake up to. I was like, yes, it's happening, you guys, it's happening. Today I checked in with my probation officer, like I say every month. Don't break the fucking law, children, folks, men and women. Rude. Car was all loud. Don't break the law, and you won't be on probation. I think I've been on it, 2 years now? 2 years probation? I've been on probation. In August, it'll be 2 years. And I check in with my probation officer every month. So I email the probation officer the night before that I check in with them to give them a copy of my restitution check. We mail it via tracking number to the attorney, and the tracking number just gives us an extra layer of protection so that we know when they get it. Like priority mail, we ship it with the envelope with the tracking number and all. So I gave that to them the night before, and then I always call them in the morning. And it literally, the phone call is so easy. It's Brady is just, he wants me to hold him. He's like, hold me, mama. Anyway, I don't want to show his hiney hole. So the conversation will go like, hi, it's Shelly Abbott. I'm just calling for my monthly check-in. And then it literally is, any changes? No. All right, I'll text you with your next like appointment date. Like, it's real simple, real simple. Well, since somebody on this app threatened to contact them over me copyright striking, I thought it was best to let the probation officer know, hey, there's some woman that I privacy struck. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. I make YouTube videos because, got to let them in on certain things. And I was just like, they're mad that I copyright struck them because they took my video. I'm just letting you know that you may get an influx of false reporting to your office for me. And I gave them the channel link and everything. And I was like, I don't know why this is happening, but this isn't the first time this person has threatened to go real life on me. And so, yeah, it's sad. It is so sad that I have to bother the probation office to let them know, hey, I'm really sorry if your office gets bothered. But I think that would be a very silly thing to do because we're not talking the apartment complex phone call. We're talking about you're going to contact the legal authorities. Probation officer is still part of law enforcement in a way. So you contacting them, false reporting and pestering them when they have real things to do in their life and real important things to do is a bit much. That's like calling 911 for no reason and prank calling them. They're going to have to document every time that somebody calls and reports me. What would you say to a probation officer, guys? Hey, this bitch Shelly Abbott copyright struck me. She's in violation of her probation. Send her to jail. My conditions of my probation are very simple, guys. Pay your restitution every month. Check in, and if you move, You have to call them before you move and let them know. That's all. That's all I got to do. Oh, yeah. And honestly, the most fucking important thing is don't break the law. Don't get arrested. Apparently, Popcorn did a YouTube short making fun of my deceased dad because she likes to do that a lot. And my parents, like my mom, and their age gap. Congratulations, Popcorn. My parents have a big age gap. Wasn't I the one that disclosed that? How's that hurting me? You would think that if that would hurt me, I wouldn't have said anything on YouTube. I would not have said anything on YouTube about their age. Wouldn't I have just kept that a secret? I would have kept that a secret. It's no secret that my mom was in high school and my dad's brother was dating my mom's best friend. And my mom met my dad because his brother was dating my mother's best friend. My mom was graduating at 16. She had graduated several years early. She was already enrolled in college and starting her first semester of college before she turned 18 years old. She'd already been a high school graduate. By the time that they were dating, she had just graduated. They had just started dating when she was going through her graduation ceremony. I'm not saying I'm for or against the age gap. Yeah, it could have been a different time back then. I'm not going to shame my parents on whatever the age they were. But you trying to clown the age gap that I revealed that me nor my mom give a shit about is weak. It's stupid. It is so stupid. Yes, we've established the age gap. As far as Popcorn, I'm done with the fighting back and forth. I don't know what she was trying to prove when it came to my parents' age gap. No one really cares. No one gives a shit. Obviously, my mom and my dad clearly didn't care. My dad's not here. It's not hurting me. It's not hurting my family. And the only thing that she says is usually that I am big and I have skin flakes. It's the same song and dance, same thing. Big skin flakes. Parents have a huge age gap. Embezzler, parents age gap. Big skin flakes. She finances pools. I don't. Now there's a fly. There's a fly on me. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah. There's really nothing more to say. I'm there's nothing to say about it, and we're just going to be done with the Popcorn saga. As far as the privacy strikes, I have not heard anything about it. I'm wondering if when Popcorn's channel got deleted, the privacy strikes did too. Because in my opinion, I think that's who did it. I've had everything working against my favor with this vlog. First, Mike was out here, which I don't mind him being out here when I'm filming, but then I started filming again, and then dogs were barking, and then Brady started barking. Mike just finished a cigarette, went in, took Brady in. The privacy strikes, it's been way past 48 hours. It's been days. It's been past 72 hours for some of them, and still nothing. Their videos are still there. They're not taken down, and I've tried to email the YouTube legal people. I'm waiting to hear back. Like, all I said was like, has this been resolved? Can you please give me a, like, I've blurred things that I thought was, privacy complaints, and even though they're not, because it's somebody impersonating. The only two, like I said, the picture of Margaret, Rose, and my dad, the only two people that can strike that would be Rose or my dad. And my dad's children, which my brother's gone, it wasn't me. Margaret Rose's family. Like, why would Rose's family be mad at a picture of my father? They were married. It's my father's photo album. So I was like, it's someone impersonating people. So clearly it's not the people. And so you have to be uniquely identified. And I will challenge that. And then I will re-upload the video because I have the copies of it. Again, privacy complaints are not strikes. So even at the worst case scenario, those videos come down, it is not a strike. I have 0 strikes on my channel still to this day. Because I play within the rules, and that is why I like my content is my life. I think that is the safest bet to go. People are commentary channels, they commentate. I'm not saying you can't, but for me, the safest thing to do is to just make it about my family, my life, my day-to-day life, because you can't strike anything that's me in the kitchen cleaning or me talking about my life and my childhood stories and my brother. And there's no slander. There's no allegations. There's no freaking. It cuts down on a lot of the legal shit by talking about my family. So anyway, yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back about these privacy complaints, these bogus ass privacy complaints. As far as popcorn, I could say a lot of nasty shit. I could say a lot of stuff. I could be mean and vile and gross, but there's no reason in doing that. She's a stranger on the internet. I don't know her. I don't want to know her. I I have my theories and opinions on why she does what she does, but I'm not going to sit here and make fun of it. I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with her. I think that being the adult in this situation, when it comes to me and her, I think it's probably best to just let her stomp her feet and get angry. I've proven my point. I have proven that I will stick up for myself. I will strike your stuff. Leave me alone. I'm not afraid to clown myself. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself. And I'm not afraid to look like a goofy goober to make other people laugh. I I think that it's great to channel my content into laughter and smiles and positivity. I am the positivity queen. I'm kidding. I like to make real content that's makes people laugh. And my vlog, that's like usually my YouTube shorts. I'm making people laugh. I'm doing skits. I'm doing voiceovers. I'm, just making weird faces, just making people laugh. And even if people are laughing at me or with me, it doesn't matter. They're laughing. And that is the important part. That is my goal in the world. We have too much hate on this app. We have too much hate in the world, too much depression, too much anxiety. So many things are going wrong in the world that sometimes to get online and see someone, oh, she's attacking this person, oh, she's doing, but to get online and then see these funny skits and laugh, it's like, oh, I took 2 minutes out of my day. I was having such a shit day, and Shelly jumping on her bed singing about the Muffin Man really kind of brought a little light into my day. And so, and being this big and trying to jump on my bed wasn't easy. And fun fact, when I jumped up, I hit my hand on the ceiling fan, but I didn't miss a step. And I just like then plopped back down on my bed and just like laughed about it at the end of the day. Like I just smiled and continued and pressed on and continued going. So I jumped up and then like put my hand up and I smacked the fan was going. I was like, oh, I just smiled. Just continued. Oh man. I love that was a good one. That was a good one. I have to think of some more. So I'm gonna do some more today. I just have to come up with the sounds and the skits and things like that. Mike had suggested one. We're watching The Righteous Gemstones. And you know the song that goes, Mama told me not to, I did it anyway, misbehaving. So I was Mike said, because I was telling him about like the drama. I was like, telling him about everything that's going on, the privacy strikes and the copyright claims and stuff, and how popcorn. I told you, like Chucky, she goes rah, and she pops up from the depths of hell somewhere. So I was talking to him about it, and he was like, he made a joke. He's like, I told you not to fuck with these people. Like, I told you. I think it's stupid to fuck with these people. It's just dumb. There's nothing positive that's gonna come out of it. Like, he doesn't tell me I shouldn't, but like he makes a joke. He's like, I just think you waste your time. It's just too much energy you put into these going back and forth with these people, right? And so he's like, that's what you should do. Because I then started singing the song, and he was like, you should do a YouTube short that says, when my husband tells me not to get into YouTube drama, it says, Mama told me not to, I did it anyway, misbehaving. Mike always gives me ideas for skits all the time. Then I have a little book, I start writing them. I was like, well, hold on, stop talking, I gotta write it down. I still want to do that shark one. So, yeah, yesterday we just relaxed and we watched all the Final Destinations. What else did we do yesterday? I was going to film, and then I just got caught up watching movies with Mike. Sometimes we just have like a lazy day. We watched all the Final Destinations. Then we watched this movie called The Parenting. It is like a spoof movie. If you like movies like Shaun of the Dead or like the scary movies where it's like a horror comedy, it's a really good one. It's called The Parenting. It's on HBO Max, and it's a spoof movie. It's a horror comedy. It's about demonic possession, but like they're poking fun at it. It's like not like scary. It's like funny scary, if that makes sense. It's to a lot of people it would be stupid, but if you like that stupid horror genre, then you'll like that. So we watched that. Then we watched the Minecraft movie because my kids really been wanting to see that, and I've been singing Steve's Lava Chicken for months. The kids will say chicken jockey. And so now we finally got to see it. And let me tell you, that was a cute freaking movie. I like the little skeletons riding spiders, so I put that in my community post. I was like, oh, I wonder, if anyone else likes these little skeletons. Those are my favorite characters. But like, I liked a lot of them. The little zombie guys, those were kind of funny. But yeah, that was a cute movie. Loved it. Loved it. And so we watched that, and then we started watching The Righteous Gemstones last night, and then we went to bed about 11 o'clock because we're old. We were like starting to fall asleep at like 10:30. I was like, I'm so tired. It's time to go to bed for me. And so by 11, we were both out. I was like, okay, I'm turning the TV off. We rolled over and we went to sleep. So that was my day yesterday, just laying in the bed and relaxing and watching TV with my husband because we don't get to do that often. Even on my days off, like on Mike's days off, I'm doing schoolwork all the time. I'm in the middle of writing an essay for English and I wanted to come out here and take a break and vlog. But Mike is off today and I haven't really went upstairs since I woke up. I went down, did dishes, switched the laundry, made coffee, started my schoolwork, and then came out here and filmed. This is the first time since I woke up I saw Mike, and he sat out here for a few minutes to smoke a cigarette, and he went back inside. He's got to go to the grocery store later today, so we might meet up later this afternoon. I want to go in the pool. My beautiful swimming pool. I have my bathing suit from my mom's house now, so I think that I'm going to go in the pool with the family today. We're going to have fun in the sun. I will film a couple YouTube shorts, and then I will probably spend the day in the swimming pool listening to music and eating some lunch. Maybe I'll throw some hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. We got both on the grill today. Just have an impromptu cookout. So yeah, I'm leaving popcorn alone. She can do whatever she needs to do. Stomp her feet, complain. I don't want to be rude, and I'm trying not to be mean because I just don't think that there's a point. I think that someone has to be mature and be the adult, and I think it's going to have to be me because she's clearly has not shown any signs of changing or being positive or letting anything go. I called her a name one time. It's going to be going on a year ago in September, I believe. She has not let that one incident go, and I don't know what it is. I used to tell people there's something about me that she can't stand, and she's been doing this since before I called her a name. This is just that was her first reason to go after me. She was going after me for no reason, and then the first thing I did wrong is the reason and then she could use that as this is why I went after her. All right, well, I got kicked out of my mom's home. How much karma do I need for calling her a name one time? Meanwhile, other creators will call her that 80 times in one live stream. Not one time has she done anything to them. That's why I think it's something about me that like eats her soul, that like she can't stand. And I'm not making fun of her. She has made live streams where she's accidentally had her leg or her foot on camera. There was one time she was making some type of like chicken wrap. It was like green tortilla shells. She made a community post. This is from her channel, guys. And in the screenshot, her white shoes, and she looked like she had purple leggings or capris on or shorts or something. And I can't show it because she's crazy and she like privacy strikes everything. But I have a screenshot that shows her foot in the thing, and you can tell she's not a small person, and that's okay because I'm a big person. I don't make fun of fat people. And then she's cooking enchiladas, and I have that live stream, and you can see her arms are not thin, and so I'm just like, it baffles me, just like Jughead used to make fun of every fat person she could find on YouTube. And I'm just like, why? You guys are big. You guys are big gals. What is the issue? Is it like projection? And I used to have people on YouTube all the time tell me it's projection. It is projection. They don't like that you're large and don't give an F. Like, of course I would love to be skinny. Of course there's health problems. I can't breathe. Of course that there is negative aspects of being large, being 4'11" myself. I'm not even 5 feet tall. And having this extra weight on my waist. Of course I would love to lose it, and I'm gonna work on it. But I don't care that people know I'm fat. I'm not trying to hide that I'm fat. And I'm not saying that that's what popcorn's doing. I'm just saying I will embrace it. I mean, I'm not going to be a hermit and not film myself until I lose weight because that could be freaking 20 years from now. You get one life, guys. You get one life. Live it. Okay, I'm big. Okay, popcorn, in my opinion, might be a little big. She might be a little hefty gal. I don't understand what the projection is. I don't know if it's because she doesn't feel as confident in her skin. I don't know what it is, but I think, that's why I try to be positive and rub my tum and dance in the kitchen, because I want people to be like, dang, if she can do that, I can, and I want to help people realize that, like, look, I'm not going to live for people. I'm living for myself. Just like when I go to the beach, I'm wearing a two-piece. It's not a bikini, it's like a tankini, so it kind of covers my tum, but it's like shorts and a tankini. People can clearly tell I'm a fat person in a bathing suit, but I still wear it because I'm not going to let people make me feel like I should not be at a beach. I should not be in a bathing suit because I'm a fat person. You know what I mean? Fat people deserve to be in a beach. Fat people deserve to be in bathing suits. Fat people deserve to be on camera and represented. And so that's kind of how I've been living my life. And so I'm done with the popcorn thing. I'm done with her hatred. I can't go back and forth. I'm not going to grow as a person, as a channel. Um, it's sad. It is sad. And hopefully one day she can finally move on. I don't see that happening anytime soon, because now she's threatening real life. She wants to ruin my family. She wants to make sure that I have nothing left, that I'm not, I have nothing, like no husband, no kids, no house, no life, basically, in my opinion. I'm not saying unalive, but just that I'm rock bottom for nothing. And so if that's what she needs to do, it seems to bring her joy, and whatever is going to bring her joy is going to bring her joy. I think it's sad. I think it is sad that you have to go after somebody in their 30s and their children. Uh, I gave her like what 20 different things she could do in her spare time, then worry about what Shelly Abbott's doing every day. I I don't know. I don't know, guys, but we're done. We are done. It's beating a dead horse. There's nothing more I can say about that woman. She's going to continue doing what she's going to continue doing, and we're just going to let her go. Let her scream into the void. I don't care what she's saying. There's nothing new that she's saying. It's the same 10 things that she points out that everyone's been pointing out for 2 years now. And I'm just going to let them go. Just let them go. Let them, smallest violin, complain about my parents. One's dead, one doesn't give a fuck. I remember early on doing all this drama. I was like, I just don't want them to go after you, Mom. And my mom's like, I am too old to give a fuck. I have lived my life. You really think I give a fuck what people have to say about me on this app? I was like, yeah. I didn't think about that. My mom's, that's really true story. She said she's too old to worry about what anyone thinks about her. She's in her 60s, her early 60s, and she don't care. She does not care. She's lived an amazing life and raised two awesome children. I think so. So, and she has 7 grandchildren, and she's just living her life. She doesn't care. So, me, 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 me. Um, but yeah, I'm going to go. My phone is dying. I am going to go make some YouTube shorts and get something to eat and go swimming in a pool and spend time with my family and just living my life. Guys, there's never going to be peace on YouTube, but it takes two people to go back and forth. One person is going to keep going back and forth so long that people are going to get tired of it. My phone died at the end of this vlog. We're here to make people happy again, you guys. I'm back. I'm back. I'm not going to be this negative Nancy anymore. I can't do it. It's exhausting. And in 5 years, these same people will be in the same spots talking about the same 5 things about me. I cannot let them bring me down. So, we're moving on. I'm going to go. I'm editing this vlog now, and I'm working on my schoolwork. If you've made it this far, you are amazing. I adore your face. I'll see you in my next video. See you later, alligators.